name is OlgaKay, and I come all the way from Russia, and I'll tell you a 5-hour story about myself.
Oh
and,
God, here we go.
No, I'm just kidding. And I've been on YouTube since 2006.
Oh.
I'm Shay. I'm a YouTuber.
Thanks, Shay. That was it. I'm Chris, otherwise known as SupRicky06. I do music, but I also have a vlog channel where I like to say pew pew pew, and kids like that for some reason.
Hello, my name is Yousef. My channel's name is FouseyTUBE, and this Sunday is actually my 1-year channelversary, so I'm really I've never had a relationship that long, so I'm really proud of that. And I'm primarily, I dress up as my mom, my grandma, my sister, my dad, and I reenact Middle Eastern family households, so.
Great.
Oh, and drink.
Hello, my name is Peter Chao. Oh, thank you. And I'm Chinese, and my main channel name is PyroBooby. and that's about it. You know, I just talk in front of a camera, and that's it.
So many of you have been on YouTube for so long, vlogging for so long. I kind of just want to start this off with kind of addressing the panel's topic, vlogging is dead, long live vlogging. I mean, how many times, Olga, have you heard vlogging is dead?
Well, I've heard it a lot of times, but also when Shay and Charles started vlogging, I said to myself, I would never do something like this. It's really stupid, and I think it's going to kill their YouTube career. And
How wrong you were.
And it didn't, so I'm like, okay, I guess I have to follow the trend. But no, what happened, I do a lot of scripted content on my main channel, and I realized if I vlog there, I just kind of lose audience. So I opened my second channel for behind the scenes, and I realized that you connect with your audience through vlogging the best way you possibly can. Yeah.
So I think I then want to just ask a follow-up question. What do you like doing more? Do you like doing the acting and the scripted content, or do you like doing the vlogging more?
I like doing the vlogging more. Yeah, great question. Only because it's easier and it's fun and it's just me and I don't have to pretend to be somebody else.
Some people would disagree though that it's easier, because some people think that vlogging is really tough, like just to be able to talk to a camera and be able to have a conversation. I hate acting. Acting's boring. It's really boring. It looks all glamorous and stuff, and you start like making a video, and it's like you're sitting there for 12 hours. Like, do it again. What do you mean? I just did it. That was hilarious. Upload that. I'm doing it again. So acting is really like, I don't like acting.
You don't like acting?
I mean, unless you want me in your movie, then give me a call. I love acting. No, it's like you hurry up and wait a lot. You know, you're sitting around, you're waiting for them to change the cameras and the lights. So vlogging is it's such a personal thing, you know. That's why it's for some people it's a lot harder, because you're sharing. You need to tell people something.
It's very intimate.
Yeah.
I like being intimate, so it's not through cameras.
Yeah, but I mean, Shay, you've been vlogging for, God, forever now? Forever in 10 days?
Well, I wouldn't call me that, God, but I'm just shitting. Thanks. Yeah, it's been, like, I started my 29th birthday, March 5th, I had this crazy idea. I remember calling Philip DeFranco, actually, and saying, hey, I have this idea, I want to do a video. And he's like, I don't know if I'll do that. I'm like, I'm just going to do it. I think it's good. So it was more of, you know, it wasn't like a YouTube career decision or anything. It was more of like, I'm only gonna, this is the last year of my 20s, so I want to like do something. And I had started YouTube only months before. And so I thought, what if I made a video every single day, like a journal,
right,
almost. And it started. And that was on my second channel, you know, so I didn't expect it. That's the problem with, you know, YouTubers, they make all these channels, right?
Bam Bam Kaboosh.
It's gonna come back. Bam Bam Kaboosh. Me and Phil's got some stuff in the works. Anyways, you know, because there's expectations. You know, YouTubers, you know, their audiences have these expectations, and so the second you put something on a, if Peter was starting to do skits on makeup, maybe that would work actually.
Yeah. He's naturally beautiful. He is.
I put on makeup all the time. I think you have to look good for your video. You have to look good for your video.
That's another hard thing about vlogging is that you're ugly sometimes.
You're ugly. I mean, I've seen you, Shay. You're not the prettiest man in the room. You know?
And every day it's tough.
I found actually though, on Sundays I have a show called Sleepy Sundays where I wake up and I look at my audience. I'm like, what do you want me to talk about 5 minutes after I wake up? I roll out of bed and I just sit there all sleepy. I'm like, okay, you want me to talk about Angelina Jolie? Here we go. And I find that like that candidness and not worrying so much about how you look and that realness is what really connects you with your audience.
It sucks, but you know, yeah, drama sells. You know, like I was talking to Charles, bless his heart. This tumor happened, and his views skyrocketed. It sucks. His dad was saying it's a tough way to get it, but we'll take it. You know, but it is because it's your real life. It's very real, and when real things happen to you, and you're a person who puts your life online every day, what do? You know, and so vlogging is dead. Is, you know, maybe that's true in the fact that it's going to be a lot harder for somebody to make a career on YouTube now, just because of supply and demand. There's a lot of supply, and it's a big ocean. You know what I mean? There's a lot more people on the side. So maybe in that aspect, vlogging is dead. But to me, vlogging is storytelling. So if you can just tell a good story, that's vlogging. You know, there's this term of video blogging, where vlogging came, but really it's just storytelling. Is all we're doing. Is we're telling these stories about our lives to the people who watch us.
Right. And congratulations, first of all, Fousey, on your 1-year anniversary. But what got you into making videos and, you know, I guess impersonating is the best way to say it, doing these different characters and things like that?
Well, I've actually been doing videos my whole life. Like, I remember when I was 8 years old, my brother dressed me up as Princess Diana. I was Ken and Barbie girl, so that's why I didn't play sports growing up. I loved acting, so the fact that, you know, I watched a lot of YouTubers and stuff, and you know, I had the avenue to do it, I was like, why not just do what I love and be able to share it with so many people? But in the beginning, I tried so many different avenues. I was like, I don't know what I want to do. Like you said, there's some people who do vlogging, some who do tutorials. I was like, what do I want to do? And then finally, one day, I was bored at like 2 o'clock, and I called my friend who's in the room, and I said, come over, I have an idea, and I put on my mom's clothes, and...
And it was gold.
Yeah. Cross-dressing is always the answer.
I'm not sure what the question is, but it is always the answer.
About what Olga said about you know, which one's easier and whatnot.
Right.
With me acting, I improvise my stuff, and when I'll do one take and be like, that was perfect. The first time I vlogged, I was like, hey guys, it's Yousef. Delete. What's up, guys? It's Yousef. And I couldn't get it to work out. It was so much harder for me because I was being myself. So that's why I feel like it's hard.
Well, some people, yeah, they, you know, you let yourself out in different ways. So some people, like, I'm very good at communicating. I like to tell my feelings, like, and tell exactly how I feel. But some people, like you know, it's like, definitely comes out in a different way through acting or music or juggling.
She doesn't juggle. She does not juggle.
Oh,
She does not juggle.
She is rebranded. She does not juggle no longer. Sorry. No more balls. Sorry.
I broke the microphone.
And Peter, I think, would you like to get in on this? What do you enjoy more, the vlogging or the acting?
I like being racist.
This is a wonderful family event with you. I enjoy being racist. Well, that's a good thing.
Well, you know, my stuff just really like offends people, and some of it makes people laugh, and some, you know, get mad at me. But you just have to keep doing it, and you know, piss as many people off as possible. That's how I get big. You know? People get mad at you, but people subscribe at the same time, so it works.
Yeah,
It's so true.
But with that, I think that you make an interesting point, though, about, you know, pissing people off. I mean, what kind of interaction do you have with your audience where, I mean, you just said, like, oh, I just piss people off. I mean, what, like, I feel like Shay has a much different interaction with his audience than you do.
Well, I'm a dick. But yeah, I did brag face once.
Oh,
like,
God.
I dressed up as the brag man, and ooh, my channel got banned from YouTube for 2 weeks because they were like, okay, you're being racist. You're being racist. And I'm not racist. That's just funny.
We're just getting into dangerous territory, I can already tell.
Ask him some more questions.
But so, yeah, Shay, I mean, you've been doing vlogging for so long. Do you ever get tired with it? I mean, I guess this is actually a question for any of you. Do any of you just get kind of tired with vlogging? Do you ever just want to explore other things? Because I feel like anyone that does something for so long, they want to branch out onto other things. Does vlogging ever become a chore?
Yeah, I mean, it's our full-time job. I mean, for me not to say that is ridiculous. It's a lot of hard work. And for you to think that you can be a YouTuber just by posting stuff online it's not going to happen for you. Like, you have to work. You ask any of these guys, it's like, I mean, yeah, it's a full, but yeah, it's like, oh, I have to vlog today, I'm in a bad mood. Hey guys, my wife pissed me off. Kids are being brats and they never listen and they never clean their room. I hate them. You know? So it does, yeah. And then, you know, me and Colette will get in fights because I'm like, did you get any footage today? I'm getting footage. The vlog's gonna be short, you know. And I talk to Charles and Ellie, they're the same way. It's like, you gotta get footage because you gotta do it. The thing is we love it and I wouldn't change it for anything in the world. You couldn't come up to me and say, oh, here's what you can do and I'll pay you this. I'll be like, I already got the best job in the world. I need that. So it is, yeah. I mean, it is because you have, especially when it's a daily commitment. It's like, whoa, every day, every single day, and it can get tough. But you know, that's what people are there for. They want to come out of their life and witness what your life is like, and your life isn't always great. And I probably don't do the best at like letting all that out because I usually I'm careful with what I put in, you know, and I don't want to let too much of our personal life into the vlogs. But it is. I mean, it's emotionally draining sometimes because you're letting yourself out there and you're telling these thoughts and these feelings that you have inside you, and then you read in the comments, you're like, you know what you're talking about, loser. It's like, I felt really passionately about that.
And the way that Shay does his vlogs doesn't necessarily work for everybody, which I found with myself, because I was like, okay, I'm gonna pull my camera out, I'm gonna film this, and then like even cut together, I was like, this is really boring.
You need kids. That's
my life is boring. He's got a cast of people.
My life is uninteresting. It's not interesting at all. I eat noodles and I go to sleep.
So I started to just instead of like filming all of my day, I came up with topics for the day so that I could get some direction, and I don't edit anything. And I actually put up a couple videos where I did edit some stuff together, and my audience was like, no, we like the fact that you're just off the cuff, real, raw, exactly. That's what they want. They want to know you because the form of internet celebrity, I guess you would call it, it's more intimate. And that's what makes it great, is because we're not just people you see on a magazine, they're people that you're a part of our lives, which is the best part of vlogging, is it's a family. You make everyone your family.
Yeah, and I think Shay did this where he took every Sunday off for your vlogging. Do you still
It's like a one-take Sunday, so we don't edit on Sundays. It's just like a one-taker, so it's easier.
Yeah, and when you have a lot of channels, I have 3 or 5 channels that are
3 or 5.
It's one or the other.
OlgaKay 7, it's coming soon.
and OlgaKay Mac. So I've discovered that I can't vlog every day because sometimes you just get tired or you just don't want the camera in your face. So I take the weekends off.
That's smart.
And I film throughout.
We're doing that too.
And then I fake it, and my weekend becomes my Monday vlog.
Nice.
And those are usually the best too.
Yeah, exactly.
The thing I found with me is, like you said, like my life is boring. I wake up, I stay in bed, I don't have anything to do. So watching Shay's vlogs is like, they have so much to do and it's so interesting. So I was gonna start, you know, daily vlogs in the beginning of the year, and then I was like, by the time Thursday rolled around, I wouldn't have any content. So what I like doing is a different kind of, you know, personal interaction, is just going live on Ustream or any kind of live source where I can share my emotions, talk to them about my feelings, where it's not being recorded, it's just a one take. They're listening to everything, asking questions, I'm making that personal connection, and I don't have to, because I don't have anything to do, so it's like an hour.
Right.
Do you find that kind of replaces traditional vlogging for you? I mean, do you go live a lot?
I go live a lot, and that's one of the reasons when I go to a lot of these events, there's some people who come up to me, they feel like they've known me for so long, and some people ask me, like the event organizers, like, what do you do? Like, you know, how does that happen for your videos? And not understanding that when I do go live a lot, like before I came here, I knew I was gonna be gone. I vlogged for 4 days in a row for like hours. One ended at like 5 a.m. where I just sat there, we chatted, shared jokes, ate, and just gave them an inside look into my life.
Hanging out, just kicking it.
I mean, that's awesome. So, and how well does that translate for your YouTube? I mean, like for kind of building your audience, how does that relationship with your audience help, you know, foster creativity and foster growth?
Tremendously, because one, we trust each other, and they trust me, and they want everything to work out. Like whenever I have a goal for something just as badly as I do, So some people are telling me about, you know, for like Ellen's dance there, I found out that they were going around other people's videos and being like, FouseyTUBE, FouseyTUBE, and I'm like, no, don't do that. Because they really want to see, you know, what I want, because I talk to them about how badly I want something when I'm talking to them about it. So it's really crazy and surreal to see.
Yeah. Peter, does your audience trust you too?
What? I wasn't listening. He's falling asleep behind these glasses. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead, what?
I was just making the joke because he was talking about how much his audience trusts him, and I said, how much does your audience trust you?
Not a lot. I mean, I don't do like the live vlogging like all the other people do, because it's truthful when I say my life is not interesting. Like, it's really not interesting. And, you know, I mean, I have to hide behind these sunglasses because I have squinty eyes. And then what if I take them off and then people will start laughing at me, you know? So, I mean, you know.
You gotta wait all your options.
Best panel ever.
But I liked what you said though, as far as like, because sometimes when you turn on the camera and you're trying to vlog, it's like, you turn it on, you're like, what do I talk about? You know, but there's times where you're like, oh, you're thinking about something, you have this great thing. And my advice is just to write it down, you know, write something down that you want to talk about and kind of plan what you're going to say before you turn on the camera, because you're like, I need footage, I'm going to turn on the camera, and you're like, and you're always like, I hate it too, even in my own vlogs. It's like, hey guys, and you just explain what's happening. We're here, obviously.
But you know, you have kids. You have kids, and they're very entertaining. No, you have kids. And I bet it helps a lot.
Did you cast your kids, or are they're yours?
I'm looking to cast a fifth one.
Peter, you can get a kid.
Yeah. Can you adopt me?
Yeah.
That would be very entertaining.
Peter's our new bit. Honey, is that cool?
Yes, I have a family.
Now your life's not so boring.
Okay, good.
Check out his vlogs.
Do not laugh at him.
You kind of some you know, more YouTube content questions. What advice would you give to people who want to get into vlogging on how to, you know, structure, how to set up vlogs, how, you know, best practices, any kind of advice or tips on vlogging specifically?
Don't overthink it. I think that's the problem that some people do. Like at my main channel, I do music. And for the first 2 years I was on YouTube, I just vlogged. And then when I started just doing music, I felt like I really lost touch with my audience in a way, like I couldn't connect with them. So I launched the second channel. And at first I was like, I don't know what to do, and I'm like trying to force things. And the second you start to present yourself as something not genuine to who you are, they'll sense it. They'll know right away, and they'll either leave you or not come to you at all. So if you're just genuine to who you are, and don't stress about it. This is supposed to be fun. Like,
But views are down.
Cosmic Panda.
Have fun.
worry less about the numbers and more about loving what you do, because the numbers will come if you love what you do.
Yeah, and, go ahead.
No, I talked to him.
No, okay, so my advice is don't start vlogging. No, I'm
That's
kidding.
the best advice.
Vlogging is dead now.
I've also learned ever since I started vlogging, I don't know how to live my life without the camera.
Because you want to, I know, I'll
And
be
you wanna
somewhere and I
capture
can't
everything.
enjoy it by myself.
Oh my
So
God,
I-
Olga with her camera again.
It's horrible, but it's awesome at the same time because you can go back and watch all the adventures.
memories.
Yeah.
I would say, as far as advice for vloggers, don't be afraid to edit yourself. Like, cut out the ums and the uhs and the boring crap. Because if your mom and your uncle and your brothers and sisters won't even sit down and watch it, then strangers aren't going to watch it. So cut out, like, I mean, you want to be genuine and stuff, but there's dead time, and that's, nobody wants that. Like, you'd be surprised, even in my vlogs, I'll cut out, like the tiniest little breaths sometimes when I was editing. I don't do that.
Do you?
I was about to say, really, Shay, when was the last time you edited a ShayTards
I
video?
edited those videos for 2.5 years.
I was gonna say, when was the last time you took a breath between
Right,
words?
no, that's really fast.
But you know, kind of getting to that point, just how hard is it to edit your vlogs? I mean, how much time do you spend?
You get sick of yourself?
Yeah, of course. Well, you
You
know,
just,
it
like-
depends. If I have makeup on, it's okay. But if I don't, then I get a little upset.
Because you start to hear, as you edit yourself, you hear all the, like, the crutch words that you use.
Yes.
You're
Oh my God. My like lisp now because I have braces. Oh,
You
I
have an
say
accent?
Anyways, see, he can even tell you.
You have an accent. Oh, you have braces.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is line for the win. I like that.
What was the question?
But just kind of like, how much time do you spend on your videos?
Oh,
Like,
You.
from filming them to editing
You
them
remember.
down the line?
I mean, you'd be surprised at how much footage we use. Hey, Cass and G in the movie. He loves when everybody looks.
Hey, girl.
We use, if we take 30 minutes of footage, we'll use 20, 25 minutes of it. I mean, we use quite a bit of the footage that we take. And it's all about knowing when to turn the camera on, you know? Like, don't turn the camera on and try to find footage. Turn the camera on when footage is happening, you know? When something's exciting happens, like, ah, ha, ha, that's when everybody's laughing, that's when your camera should come on. Not like, turn on the camera and now let's try to make people laugh. Like,
Yeah.
That's kind of a secret to vlogging. I shouldn't have it's knowing when to turn the camera on and to get clips. Don't film for like 12 minutes and try to go through and see what you like. Get funny 1 to 2, 3 minute clips. If we have an over a 5-minute clip, it's because I'm just lacking in footage. I try to do it in a minute, like just quick clips, so you're moving around a lot, it's faster, and you're not stressing out about it.
But I think, yeah, and if you follow this technique, I think it takes you maybe 20 minutes to edit the file.
Yeah, well, because we cut out a lot and do stuff now. I mean, it was taking me 3 or 4 hours a day just in importing, compressing, editing, all that stuff. Just to get the video up is, you know, it could be, you know, 4 or 5 hours if your video goes up the first time. You know? If it fails at 99%,
I love you, YouTube. I love you.
Then you know you're there for hours sometimes just getting a video up. Anybody who's uploaded a video to YouTube knows that it's like, you know.
People think that our job is so easy. It's not easy at all. You know, you have to be funny, and then you have to edit out the unfunny parts. You have to put it all together, and then people come up to me and say, "Oh, it must be great not to have a job." And I'm like, you know what? Hey, go stuff yourself. Yeah, it's a job. It's better than working at the grocery market.
Amen. Subscribe to PyroBooby.
No heavy lifting. No, people are unsubscribing right now. Who's that racist guy?
But do you think vlogging is something that is kind of almost becoming a lost art form? Do you see less YouTubers vlogging now, or like where do you see vlogging as kind of like as a culture thing?
Well, as a culture thing, I think it will grow. I think it will be a form of communication. I think it'll change how we communicate as a species. But I don't think as an entertainment thing, probably not a ton more, because at the end of the day, it's like when you're sitting down to watch something, it has to be entertaining. And I have a hot wife and 4 cute kids, so I'm lucky.
You win!
Watch everybody's life. I mean, I sometimes, you know, don't even want to watch our videos because it's like we're just hanging out.
You were there when it happened.
I've seen all this. These are all reruns to me. But I think as just vlogging in general, you know, that term vlogging, whatever, I think it will grow, but not, you know, in the way that
I mean, kind of for all of you,
people talking to cameras is gonna grow. It's not gonna be weird anymore. You're gonna see people in grocery stores looking at cameras, and it's not gonna be weird anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
You think so? Do you guys all agree with that?
I have trouble. I can't do it. That's why
I find it awkward.
I don't edit my videos. Like, I usually sit in my room and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna talk about this today, turn the camera on, go, and then I upload it, because when I'm in a public space, I'm just like, all right, so this person's looking at me right now. I'm like whispering into my, they're like, this is really weird, dude. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go back to my room now. Because like, Shay is fearless. Olga, like, I can't do it. I just, like, I tried to get comfortable with it. But it's hard because it's not normal.
Right.
But I like not normal, but I just can't.
Yeah, and it's hard for me too, but I think in LA we'll see it a lot. But if you go to any other states, it's still really weird.
You're like, who is
Well,
that?
we have a Canadian on the panel. Does Canada do a lot of vlogging?
Yeah, no, they don't. Like, I'm the only person, you know, from Canada that's on YouTube. No, it's just... No, but I go to the Chinese, you know, supermarket like all the time, every day. And then when I'm like, okay, tonight I'm gonna make some fried rice. And then all the Chinese ladies are looking at me like I'm crazy. You know, because I'm just there talking to a camera. I'm not talking to anyone. I'm not with anyone. I'm completely alone. It's so sad.
Is vlogging a lonely thing? Is it
It's
lonely?
so lonely, you know?
You know who's actually really good at it is Colette. I've seen her vlog in public where I felt embarrassed to vlog, and she doesn't care. She's just like, people are watching. But I think once you realize that there's like more people looking at you on the camera than there are in the room, then it's easier because you're like, I'm talking to these people. I don't care about these people that I'm just walking by that I'm not gonna ever see again. But these, thousands of people that are watching me every day, like. I think that's another reason that our vlogs do well is because we are so willing to film ourselves out in our natural environment where people go. They like, oh, you go to the grocery store, so do I. Something common.
Do you ever find kind of, I don't know the best way to say this, like security concerns, I guess, is maybe the topic of just, showing too much of your life?
Oh.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say in Russia, but I misunderstood the question. Every time I vlogged in Russia, they would kick me out and fine me for it. Yes.
Really?
They try to make money off of people that vlog in Russia. It's awesome, kind of, but but I'm so scared. I'm like,
potential ad revenue right there. OlgaKay.
Yeah, but that was a different question. Go on.
Yeah, I mean, just I'm a father, so of course I'm very protective, and you do worry about putting too much of your life out there. And I think what people don't realize is, our videos are 20 or 30 minutes. There's 24 hours in a day. So a lot of stuff goes on that you don't see. And they think they know because they comment that they know everything about your life. But we're careful. We've learned some rules to live by, to be careful. Like, we don't film in front of our house anymore. We've learned that if you leave your house filming yourself and you drive by a business, somebody will Google that business and then they'll be able to track back looking at the rights and lefts turns that you've taken back to your house. And then they'll show up at your house and they'll offer you things.
We need these people in government.
Do they offer candy?
But I mean,
The thing that I found about that, not so much security as giving them a look into your home, is I think that, I'm sure as you always do, the emotional security, because what I found is throughout the year that I was working, I committed to this full on. So I used the vlogging and that connection as a chance to escape when I needed to. So I cried to them. I've showed them, when I was really down, really doubting myself, really doubting if I wanted to keep going and everything. Basically showed them all my weaknesses. And when I went back to the reality of things and I started talking to a girl for the first time, she said, and she saw it, she goes, "You can call me. Why are you running to them to tell them?" And I was like, you wouldn't understand because I used this for so long that they know everything about me. They know my vulnerabilities and my, my weaknesses. So I feel like that security that you sort of lose a sense of because you share it so openly is, I think, a thing to know the barrier of. But
do you find that most people probably would not, what kind of comment, I mean, I'm sure that kind of vlogging really, really makes your audience bond with you in a really quick and hardcore way. But do you ever get really negative comments or kind of trolls that find you? And do you think that discourages people from vlogging?
I don't think it should. I mean, there's the girls who give me the, oh my God, you're so, I can't believe this. And there's always the guy, the guy who's just gonna be.
The bro?
Yeah, I don't want to say the comments that you know what it is. Yeah. So it definitely creates, I think, the bonding experience and everything, and the things that come out of that and the personal experiences are worth it, and it shouldn't discourage them because it's something really special. So I'm able to create a connection with somebody who lives in a whole nother country, and if we met, it would be like, we've known each other for so long because we've interacted and we've connected on a personal level.
And with mean comments, always just consider the source. A lot of the people who are saying mean things, they don't know who you are. They don't create their own content, so what the hell do they know about anything?
And they wouldn't have guts to say it to your face.
Exactly. Well, maybe some of them, but I don't want to meet those people. But a lot of them are kids. You got to think of it from that point. A lot of these are kids. They're emotional. They don't understand that I had a video. I wrote a song for another YouTuber, and some of her audience didn't like it, and they were, "You ruined her, I'm gonna kill you, you're gonna die," really hardcore. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna respond to some of these kids. And I had a copy paste I know you're upset, but you can't talk to people like that, that's not okay. 100% of them wrote me back, "I'm so sorry, I love your videos, you're awesome." It's not rational, so don't let someone who's irrational, who doesn't know you, rile you up or discourage you from doing what you love to do.
Which is hard because, human nature is you'll read 1,000 good comments.
And you remember that bad
And then
one.
you look fat today. Oh, that video sucks.
That was me.
Yeah,
So sorry.
Okay, I definitely want to get, we're running out of time here, so I want to get some questions from the audience if anyone has any.
Hi, I just wanted to ask, how does censorship play a role in what you do? Like, you're concerned about it, you're not concerned about it. How does it affect your vlogging?
It doesn't affect my vlogging.
We're all
I
pretty
like not
vanilla.
to censor myself and just teach people how things that I say or do might not be good.
Well, with me is that nobody wants to sponsor me. So I'm so poor. You know?
When I first started, I was doing everything. I was doing sexual content and just no censorship at all. But then when I saw the audience that was watching me, I couldn't do it, and I removed all the content because I was like, they're coming up to me, giving me hugs, this tall. I was like, what am I gonna feed them into their ears and stuff? So it was a decision that I made. I was like, I had to censor myself.
Just remember, in a way, you're kind of a role model for these kids. So imagine they were your kids. How would you want someone talking to them? And
I would do
keep
the
that in
same
mind.
to my kids.
I know you would. Don't listen to the Russian, okay?
Do we have another?
So I know you said to cut your vlogs, to take the boring bits out, and I actually just started daily vlogging about 4 days ago, 4 days strong, woo! But like, you got the people like Tabascus, you got you, for example, and it's like, what do you think the difference is between the videos where you cut the stuff, it's like, God, this is boring, my audience is gonna hate it, when the other audience just eat that stuff up. It's like, don't you cut it, what are you doing?
There's a fine line between there, yeah, I found that too. But the advice was what I gave earlier is just like, if you're not gonna cut, you gotta have something to talk about. You know what I mean? So don't turn on the camera and think like, what am I gonna talk about? Have something, because then you'll have somewhere to drive. And if there's a few, thoughts, your audience will see that, like, oh, he's thinking about what he's talking about. But make sure you have something to say.
Get a game. Like I have a theme for each day on my channel. Man Talk Monday, I talk about relationships. Topical Tuesday, something in the news. And before I start my video, I research whatever it is I'm going to talk about, and I don't script it. I just bullet point stuff so that I can keep direction, because I don't cut. So if I have it really does look. I look like an idiot. So you have to be good off the cuff, but you want to have an idea of what it is that you're talking about, so you don't get lost, because nobody wants to watch that. That was my whole story. Thank
Is
you.
there one in the back? Any question from the back? I don't want to just from the front.
Well, first of all, Shay, you look amazing. This panel is called The Death of Vlogging, and lately I've heard a lot of the death of vlogging because of the professional content that's being promoted on YouTube with YouTube and their premium channels. And so what I'm wondering is, how do you see YouTube in 5 years? Do you think that people will still be able to, just turn on their camera and have a career doing that? Or do you think that, more professional content series will take over and push the vloggers away?
I mean, dude, I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Like, this is something that, once this happened for us, and once we realized that this could be a viable thing that we do to provide for our family, where it was, going to be our career, it was just like insane. It was a dream come true of a dream I never knew I even had, is the line I always say. Isn't that sweet? Write it down, put it on a bumper sticker. Anyways, I think, I would like to think it would be. I would like to think that YouTube will be huge.
Yeah.
And there will be premium content, and there will be it's going to be a stage for everything. Yeah. And everybody will have their accounts, and you can go to watch whatever you want instead of 100 channels or whatever. There's going to be,
right.
You can very selectively pick what you want to watch, and then that will be your content. And that's the other thing too, is with YouTube growing, it is discouraging because views are down and there's a lot more people and all that. But just appreciate the people that are there. Like, you have an audience, if you have an audience at all.
Right, I think that
those
there's
people and entertain those people, and other people will come and then they will share because they have friends, and word of mouth is the best advertising. So just worry about the people who are there, you know what I mean, and just interact with them.
right, because I think there's a point.
Not a market, though.
I think there's a point to be made that, like, let's say that you didn't get as many views as you did on your vlogs, like. People is like, can a vlogger be like a YouTube superstar, or should you redefine what like success and fame is, where even if you have a small audience, if you have a good connection with them, isn't that worth more than than anything else.
I think the less time, I found that the less time I spent worrying about what everyone else was doing and just focusing on what I love to do, because I don't feel, I've never felt competition with any of these people. They're part of the YouTube community, you know? So I think worry less about what's cool, what's upcoming, and just be, like I said, be genuine to what you love to do, and it's just like, just all be friends, you know? Don't worry about what other people's content is, because you're not them, you're yourself, and that's why people watch you.
Very cool. Well, I hate to do this, but we have to cut the panel short and move on to the next one.
Can I say a quick thing?
Yes, please.
So I told you guys that this Sunday is the 1 year channel anniversary, but you know, before I started a year ago, I used to, watch a whole bunch of people, so the fact that I'm even sitting up here with you guys is just, I was shaking back, talking to my vlog, saying, guys, I'm about to, they're right there, I'm really nervous right now. So it's a crazy thing for me.
Everyone, please give them a big round of applause, our wonderful vlogging panel. And up next, we have our gaming vlog, if I can get Cat with it.